space of sentences in each languages. The space is in written language is very important. But when we start learning foreign language by focusing on listening and speaking, and then only spoken based, we don't have to know about the space of sentences because we cannot understand about the space of sentences. For example, let's think about the children. The children don't learn sentences, words in written languages until they grow up. They understand about what people say, and then they can speak what they want to do. And then basically in their environment or their community, with the families and neighbor or kindergarten, something, the baby kindergarten. Then in the end, they start learning words by words and then make sentence, can read the sentence, can read the story. At the moment, that is the space of sentence is the basically rules of each language. So it doesn't matter whatever the rules is. For example, in Vietnamese, each syllable has a space. And in English, and then words by word in space. In Korean, we combine with words and particles, sometimes in words and the end of word with the function of words, so the space. So it's difficult and all different. And then in the end, the all the language is together, like Thai languages, so Lao, and then Chinese, and some. So each language has a unique way, space of sentence. But the native speaker or native people who learn, who use the languages, no matter. But when we learn foreign languages, the space of sentence in each language is a matter. For example, when I learned Vietnamese, and then I found out each syllable space has space. It's, it's different from Korean to and Vietnamese, even the English to Vietnamese. Between English and Vietnamese are different. So, and then very unique. So I thought, oh, it's very difficult first time because when I read the subtitle of YouTube videos to understand about vocabulary, build vocabulary, then I frustrated to figure out, where is the word, each syllable. Sometimes I'm confused. So sometimes I cannot catch the words in the sentence when I read. So, but the more I learn, the better I understand. And then, so in the end, the first time, yes, we should know about the difference of each language. For example, Vietnamese and Korean, we have different spaces of sentence in language, in each language. So then now, when I first somebody know about this, and then maybe much more clearly, I can understand about it. So, and then to my language partner who learn Korean, I can teach the spatial sentence in Korean. It's different. For example, the Vietnamese people are familiar with the syllable by syllable, but the Korean sentences words it's unique, and the words combined particles and words combined and then the grammatical word or the words in the end of words, change the end of word. It's very unique and very, very difficult when build it or understand because it word is not itself. Similarly, and in Vietnamese, even they use it syllable by syllable, but the syllable combine the words and then words, words, words. And then in the end, there's so many words, not the function like Korean, not, but Korea is similar to Japanese. And today I talk about um, space sentence in languages. So voice typing of Google document not function sometimes. So and I don't care about, then I just copy that I mentioned about the space of sentence in each languages. I can make content with AI, and then I can get the voice typing using writing with my voice. My content of space of sentence in each language, especially between Korean and Vietnamese, and then different from the space of sentences, two languages. After full reading with space learning, yeah, I can add it, then and make contents, new contents to understand what I'm talking. Very deep, fascinating linguistic insight, space of sentences, and different language, Korean, Vietnamese. This is a matter, important topic, and I got a final thought, and then every language that is on sentence, space logic. Yeah, logic, logic. The word logic is impressive. Okay, and then I can go for my content of second version, almost more than 1,000 pages, 1,100 pages. You're exploring a very deep and fascinating linguistic inside the concept of space of sentences across different languages, particularly Korean and Vietnamese, and how that impact language learning, especially in listening and versus reading. Let me help you organize and clarify your ideas into a more structured and clear explanation below. The space of sentence in different languages, Korean versus Vietnamese. What do you mean by space of sentence? When you say space of sentence, you seem to be referring to how words are spaced or separate in written languages, how meaning units, word, syllable particles are grouped or split, and then how spoken language is experienced differently from written, especially when learning language. Language acquisition in children. And children don't learn languages through sentence spacing and written structure. They learn by listening to family, community, and caregiver, either wording about where a sentence begins and ends. They develop understanding naturally for sound, word, sentence meaning. So in early stage, the space is into two, not the visual or grammatical. Difference in working sentence structure. Vietnamese uses clear spaces between syllable and even within a word. Example, sin ben tuk de. Each syllable space. This make leading easier for beginner, but the word boundary are hard to recognize. A learner may ask where there's one word and then another begin. Korean with the Hangul word and then particles. Example, 생은 도서관에 갑니다. No space between subject and then particle. Particles are attached to word 생은 도서관에. Sentence and dance effect and which can confuse learners. It's hard to know what is the main word versus grammatical word marker English. Use space between words and the words are distinct units. This helps learners to identify vocabulary clearly. Why does it matter in learning foreign languages? If learners focus on only on listening and speaking the sentence space, it becomes auditory based on the pose and intonation, not on physical space. But when learners start reading, especially from YouTube, subtitle or textbook, they get confused by the different writing system, especially in Vietnamese. For each syllable has space even for one word like dialogue or poem. It seems like two words to a Korean speaker, but it's a one syllable. In Korean word may include particle and grammatical endings and then make it feel like a more than one word. Teaching tips or for language partner, you can explain this clearly to your work Korean or Vietnamese language exchange partner to Vietnamese learners in Korean. A word unit are often combined with particles. So a sentence may look like one long block, but it's made of the main words and grammar endings. Use color coding or a space tree to help them see the parts. The Korean learners of Vietnamese, and then Vietnamese puts a space between every syllable, not just the whole words. So you needed to learn to recognize a common word group like a single sprint. And then even though it looked like a two-word, final stroke. Every language had its own sentence space logic. Korean, dance, grammar, in fact, particle heavy. Vietnamese syllable space, the intuitive for sound, tricky for word, English word clear, easier for passing vocabulary. And when you notice that teacher is the better your language learning and teaching it. Today I talk about the space of sentences in each language, especially Vietnamese and Korean, because I teach Korean, I learn Vietnamese. The difference of space of sentence in each language is a very important part at the formula for the beginners who learn foreign languages. So the beginners who learn foreign languages, not like children who learn their own languages from speaking to text. And then shortly, the older learners might be jump on the text-based learning. And by doing that, and they read the sentences from the words and sentences. At the moment, they found out the difference of sentences that has a space of different rules. This is space sentence logic is very important because each language is different. If it's the same, we are get familiar. Because, for example, some Thai people can speak loud and Taiwan people can speak Chinese a little bit because the system of letter and order, space of the sentence is the same. Then and they only can guess the words or the pronunciation. Then and they can understand. This is very useful. Fortunately, Korean, Japanese almost the same, or other languages of same. And then if you, the more the same system, this powerful word group, each people, they can comment each other. If they're different, quite differently, then and the more the difference is much wider, and then the harder they understand that. Otherwise, and then the more the similar system in languages, the better they understand with that languages. So when I learn Vietnamese and difficult, and then same as the Vietnamese people know about the space of sentence in Korean, they feel difficult, same as. This is very important point when we learn foreign language.